Start streaming. Let's see if we can make a stream work. Let's see if we can make some comments work. Close out of all this other shit. All right, I'm going to open up the chat app and we'll see if we can get this connected. So the plan is I bought a $30 home button for iPhone 7 on eBay because it specifically said that it would work for Touch ID and home button. So we're going to test that out and see if that's true. So let's see if I can figure out if this is working. We shall see. All right. Okay, so I see a comment on Twitch and I see a comment on YouTube, which I think means that those things are working. Okay, so Michael Oberdick was ready for bed. All right, so let me show you my home button listing that I bought. I think 30 bucks is kind of a lot for a home button on eBay, but it says it's gonna work. So if it does, then I think that's totally gonna be worth it. $29.71 for a home button, and he's got specific instructions. Brand new, original quality, and attention. You must follow these steps to make the new fingerprint sensor work. He wants me to back up my phone and, to avoid error 53. Okay. Back up your phone. Before replacing the flex cable, go to settings and delete all previous fingerprint data. Okay. Then turn off Touch ID. All right. So I have no passcode, no Touch ID on this phone. Now proceed with the home button flex replacement. After replacing the flex cable, connect the phone to the computer, open iTunes, run a backup, then click restore. Well, let's see, he's got restore, not restore from backup. Note that all data will be wiped out and it will be upgraded. So I got to restore, then set the phone up as brand new, and you can turn on passcode security and set up Touch ID again. All right, so let's see if that is true. Find it a little hard to believe, but we are going to just do an experiment. So I did what he said, and I have let's see if I can get this iPhone 7 open. Oh, good, it doesn't have any bottom screws. So I did back this up. I used the iPhone 7. I kind of liked it. I used it just as a camera while I was on my Disney trip, which never go to Disney. Never go to Disney. All right, so I'm gonna take off the battery and I'm gonna take off the screen. So I did get my oscilloscope back, and I do kind of want to mess around with home button stuff, but we are starting the course again tomorrow, so I think I don't have time to do all that. We'll see. Let's just see. If this works, then we're done. If this works, then we have a solution. If this eBay guy selling $30 home buttons is not full of shit, then we have a solution. The likelihood of that happening is probably low, but we'll see. All right. Let's get this connector off. So I'm gonna swap out my home button and we will see. All right, so I took off the bracket. Happy Mother's Day, $2, thank you. $2 for Mother's Day. Awesome. Yay. All right, so we're gonna get this thing open. Let's see if I can read chat at the same time. Let's see. Also, who is Raj? How do you know about Raj? I want to know what came up about Raj. Raj is a guy who watches a lot of YouTube, so he's probably around. And Raj is a student that came to Practical Board Repair School. I'm going to look at this under the microscope, make sure everything looks normal. So this is the native home button. I just took off the bracket. So we've got our turtle chip, and we've got our little flex and our big flex, and all that seems to be okay. So we're going to just pop this off. Raj came to Practical Board Repair School, and while he was here, he was super enthusiastic, and I remember like early on, he was really struggling. And by now I've taught the course a lot, and at this point it's really kind of a well-oiled machine, and you can predict exactly what are the common kind of fundamental flaws in thinking, but really everyone that comes learns an extraordinary amount. Not all of them go on to be, the kings of board repair, and I think that it's reasonable for some people to come to the course just to find out, hey, it's harder than I thought. And sometimes you'll get that where it seems like, oh, Practical Board Repair School is going to teach me and make board repair easy. That's not really true. We'll teach you how to think, how to look at a schematic, how to understand what all these components do, how do they fail, understand how to detect a short, how to get into the right category of problem, and really mostly how to look at a schematic and have it not look like Chinese, have it make sense to you so that you can solve an open-ended problem. And I usually ask everyone at the end of day 2, when they are really experts in backlight faults, and I'll ask them, do you think that you could solve on your own any backlight problem in iPhone 8, assuming it has the same basic architecture? And everyone always says absolutely yes. But Raj struggled with just really fundamental concepts, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like I can remember taking him aside at the end of the second day and sitting down with him, and I feel like I have a bit of a knack from teaching molecular genetics to freshmen for a long time, of taking something that's really complex and making it simple. And that I think I'm pretty good at that. Not to brag, but come on. And I did that today on Reddit. In fact, I right before I came in here, I was just looking at Reddit. I was reading some Reddit thing and ended up kind of looking at the front page or whatever. And there was a question about, what is fiber? Like, what's the point of fiber in your diet? Why do you have to eat fiber? And there were a bunch of answers on there, but they were really kind of technical about, enzymes that can't dissolve plant cellulose or plant fiber, etc. And so my answer was, think about fiber like a sponge, because that's what it is. Cellulose is what sponges are made out of, and cellulose is a plant fiber. So when you eat your leafy greens, you are kind of eating teeny tiny sponges that go through your GI tract and don't get absorbed. And as a result, what you end up with is a watery, poop-laden sponge that's really easy to crap out. And that's why eating fiber is good for you. But with Raj, I really pulled out all the stops to try to help him just understand the basic concept of what a short circuit is. Of how electricity finds an inappropriate path to ground, what kinds of components could cause that. And he struggled, honestly. But he had amazing tenacity and perseverance, which is a really great skill. Since then, and this was about probably over a year ago now, After he visited me, he went on to spend time with Lewis, and Lewis got frustrated and ended up kind of canceling the session midway through and just saying, I can't do this. And so then Raj went back, and he has continued to struggle, but he doesn't give up. He continues to try. And there was a stream he was on a few weeks or maybe a month ago where he asked the question, when do you know when it's time to give up? And everybody that comes to Practical Board Repair School gets added to our Facebook group. So he was on the alumni group, and he'll occasionally ask questions when he sees a board repair device. And what the heck? So this is the new one that I'm putting on. It's got some kind of super glue on it. All right, so I'm now putting on the new one. So this is the new white home button that I bought for $30 on eBay. It's got something going on here. Some kind of weird glue. All right. But it looks like it's got a turtle chip, and it really does look pretty much like the original. I don't know whether or not it has an actual fingerprint sensor chip in there or not. I don't know. We'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. All right, so let's get that connected. All right, I'm going to put the bracket back on. So he comes and asks questions, and I answer them, and he asks some typical questions, but he just really continues to just not grasp fundamentals. And I don't tell answers. I'm not a please bro girl, so I will ask questions and require him to think, and he'll try and just, am I on the right track? No. Am I on the right track? No. And so the most recent question was about, hey, I am trying to solve this MacBook board, and I think I found a problem. I found a resistor that is shorting a line to ground. And that just doesn't happen. So it's back to this sort of day one fundamental misunderstanding of a short being an inappropriate path to ground. So what kind of faults can create that? And most people can look at a schematic and understand that a capacitor could fail because a capacitor has 1 foot on ground and 1 foot on the line, and it's supposed to sort of insulate those two things. And if a capacitor fails through electrical, mechanical, or water damage, it can become a wire to ground, and therefore the cause of a short to ground. Most people can understand that a chip, which has a path to ground, can fail internally or under the chip. Balls could connect so that you have a connection to ground that shouldn't be there. And most people can understand that something like a resistor, which itself is just a wire that has some resistance, resistors don't fail in a way that make them become wires with no resistance and therefore a short to ground. So he took off this resistor with little to no understanding that really couldn't possibly be the reason why this line had according to him, a short. And so I just asked him, why? Tell me how a resistor can fail so that it becomes a cause of a short to ground. And a bunch of people just start making kind of mean comments and things, and I think that's really frustrating. So it's frustrating to watch, because the one thing I admire about Raj immensely is that he knows that when he asks a question on a forum, like on Lewis's forum, or in Practical Board Repair School group, or on the many microsoldering groups, or on a comment to a video, or on a live stream, he knows that when he asks a question, when he puts himself out there, the likelihood that whatever his question is going to be viewed by others as, God, that's a dumb question, is high, because that happens all the time. And the heat that he gets from the whole world is a lot, and it's mean, and it's sad. And it's, he gets the, oh, you make my brain hurt, and why don't you just stop this, and for the love of God, and oh, for fuck's sake, and all of this mean stuff. But he continues to ask. And honestly, I really admire that, because the number of devices that came through here, I lost my shit the other day when I had 5 data recovery devices that we saw between me and course folks that had brought ones that had been out to other shops and had come to them. There was one guy here that was a data recovery guy, and he brought a couple of them, and they had solder balls popping out of the CPU, and another one had a poorly, never needed any PMIC work, and somebody had messed with the iPhone 6 PMIC, and in so doing sent a high voltage into the CPU, frying the CPU. That ruined, that took away someone's memories. That killed someone's chance of getting back their memories that they were willing to pay data recovery for. So I would far rather the whole world be like Raj, where he stops and he asks, even if he knows that he's likely to get some heat for that, he still does it. So I really admire that. But then the other day, I keep reflecting back to him asking specifically, when do you know when it is time to give up, to try something else? And I do think that coming to the course, often you kind of look around, and when everyone is really following and answering the questions and really getting it, and light bulbs are going off, and they're not for you, that maybe the conclusion is, I guess half the people will come here and conclude, oh, it wasn't me, it was my shitty equipment, because look at this is so easy, I'm doing really well technically, and I'm really getting it from a diagnostic side. And then the occasional person will come and will have the opposite experience, which is, well, maybe I can do some of these technical jobs, but I am really not getting it on the diagnostic side. I still don't understand, but everyone around me does. So what does that tell you? It tells you that maybe this isn't your thing, and that's okay. Everybody can be good. Everybody's got some kind of a superpower, and for Raj, his superpower clearly is amazing perseverance and tenacity. But at some point, I kind of feel as a mentor or a teacher that it kind of becomes my job to guide him in a way that will make him successful overall in life. And for him, my recommendation, this is the only person I've ever said this or made this recommendation. My strong recommendation is that that there is a clear failure to progress. And the thing that really kind of was the last straw for me was I see thousands and thousands of devices and constantly have to remember what's wrong with this one. When the students were here on Friday, they're coming with device after device after device, and I have to, okay, this one had this and this and this, and you did this and you did this, okay, and then do this. And this triage, this constant just device tsunami. And I could remember that the device that Raj was asking about the other day was the same fault that he personally had 6 months ago. Remember, you had a phone with this exact same thing, and you also missed it then. It was auto booting to DFU mode. And now you've done all this no power troubleshooting and TriStar replacement, and I'm asking you, did you check to see if it was in DFU mode? No, I didn't. And yes, it's in DFU mode. So him not connecting device A and device B as the same exact fault when they were both on his desk, and he had, 5 or 6 devices that were there for board repair, that to me is another level of failure of pattern recognition that's beyond just not remembering stuff from the course or not being able to kind of apply forum advice or understanding how videos, whether or not they relate to your problem or not. That's a whole other deal. So I made the recommendation to him that I think that I hear him about when do you know that it's time to quit, and I just think that he should apply his amazing tenacity and perseverance somewhere else other than board repair. It just is a particular focus on the analytical mindset. That's just not his thing, and there's nothing wrong with that, and that's okay. But I think at some point tenacity and perseverance kind of turn into a stubbornness and an unwillingness to sort of face clear evidence when it's in front of you, and I pointed that out. So I have absolutely no idea what Lewis has to say about that, or why this is coming up in his stream. But I absolutely stand behind that recommendation. And it's hard though, because I always want to give people a chance to be, I don't want to judge people. I want to give everyone a chance to be really amazing and really different than everyone else. I don't think that anyone, if I asked, hey, do you think that a mom with zero experience in electronics can learn how to fix boards? I wouldn't have wanted to be told no. So I want to give everybody sort of a chance to be amazing and to defy the odds. But after working on it for a really long time and failing to progress, I think you got to also know when to call it quits. All right, so I have booted up this phone, and it says, Touch ID unable to activate on this phone. So let's hit OK. Let's see if just the home button function works or not. So we're going to just see, does home button work? So let's turn it off. And new home button does not work. Press home to open. Nope. So we don't have working home button function. So let's go ahead and connect it to iTunes, and we're going to continue to follow instructions. So let's take you guys over here to screen and iTunes. So iTunes is talking to this phone, and we are going to tell it to restore. Restore iPhone. Don't bother backing it up. Don't back up. Restore and update. All right, so we're going to let that chug along, and hopefully, according to the eBay guy, we're going to have a working phone, so we'll see. All right, let's read what is in chat for a while. Let's see. I was way back at the beginning. Let's see. Lewis mentioned Raj in his stream. I think that's how you spell his name. Is that your once broken Rygal? Once broken. It was never broken. It was once sent away to a reporter who to do a story on TriStar failures, or not TriStar failures, to do a story on piece of shit charging cables, and then he just recently sent it back. All right. That's something a lot of people don't understand about tech work of any sort. Parts changing is expensive and time consuming. Learning to be a diagnostician is the real job. Yes. Great lighting on this video. Thanks. It's the new camera. I talked about your teaching skills on my stream earlier. Awesome. Hopefully that was good. Sometimes it's just not their thing. I totally agree. And I think that it's really hard to find that balance as a teacher or mentor, or someone that someone kind of turns to for advice, where you find that line between, I don't want you to ever substitute, my judgment for your judgment. I want to shine the light around for you. That's my job as a teacher. But then it's your job to kind of make your own choices and decisions. And I would never want to presuppose, oh, you're never going to be able to do this. Because honestly, people at the course have shocked me. Guys have come in here that have kind of struggled and then have gone on to blow me away with what they did after they got back home and they really got going. And and other guys were really good at the course and then just kind of stayed how they were and didn't really do like super amazing stuff. So, but there's a lot of people that have come to the course that are just far better than I am at this stuff, after they kind of got back and really just took off with it. So I wouldn't want to try to judge somebody that you only know for 5 days at the course. But on the other hand, then there's sort of this balance where after a while, I kind of feel like it's a bit of a duty of the teacher to just let someone know, out of now over 200 students, you're the worst one that has ever been here. That's a fact. It's a hard thing to hear. But given that, you don't have to do this. This isn't the only thing that you can do with your life. You have choices, and it may not it's just not your thing. Fiber helps you evacuate by helping stuff move along. Yes, it does. TCRS Circuit shares that he takes fiber, and if he doesn't, he will poop rocks. All right. Yeah, I love that Short Circuit 1980s movie. It was like the guy that was like Johnny Five or something before Wall-E came out. Electricity and water are both similar in that they find the easiest path to ground. Yes, and that was exactly what the example that I used. And I would say things like, when I talk about voltage versus current, I'll say, think back to your house at home right now. Your sink is turned off. But is there a water pressure there? If you did open the valve, water would come out. So close the valve. That water pressure is there. That's voltage. It's a push. And then current is the actual flow, water moving through a hose. So when you open the faucet, that is opening a gate, allowing electrons or water to move. So those kinds of things. And then talking about springing a leak in short to ground, and it just was just whatnot. Lewis said you need to refund him. Absolutely not. I don't agree with that in any way. And here's why. Part of what I think is my guarantee when someone comes to the course is not you will come to the course and then you will be successful at board repair. That's not the deal. I am 100% confident in my ability to teach people, to teach anyone. I am 100% confident that that when you come to Practical Board Repair School, that you have every opportunity, the best opportunity, to learn how to read schematics, how to understand faults, how to diagnose and troubleshoot. I mean, the reviews that we get, there's a stack of reviews that a couple of reviews I just threw away because the new guys are coming in, and what happened to the rest of these? And they're always 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, amazing teacher, amazing experience. I'm 100% confident in the course. So if you don't learn from this course at this point, then what you learned is that this is not for you. And that has value. That has a lot of value, in my opinion. I think that you can struggle for years wondering, what temperature do I use? Is it my equipment? Am I just using shitty solder? There's so many variables. Am I using the wrong flux? Am I using too much flux? Am I too hot, too cold? Why is this not working for me? Why is this board not working when I did what such and such did on the internet? What am I missing? What am I missing? And you can watch videos, and you can read forums, and you can struggle and struggle and struggle. And then you can come to the course, and you'll either find out, in 5 days, you'll find out that it was your equipment and there was some small problem, and I'll make the tiniest correction about airflow, and then it'll all work. Or you'll sit here and you'll hear everyone else when I say, so does this go up or down? Everyone says up, and you think down, or wait, I don't know. You hear everyone around you getting the right answers, and you have no idea. That teaches you. It's me. This is way too fucking hard. No, my brain is not the puzzle solving kind of brain that these guys around me have. And therefore, I can stop right now as soon as I get back home. I don't have to struggle for a year buying so much equipment and buying all of this stuff and raping all these boards. I don't have to do that because I found out that this is not for me. And I believe that is one of the potential outcomes of the course, and I absolutely stand behind that. So there's no way in hell that I would agree with Lewis that Raj needs a refund. If Lewis, who couldn't stand to teach him and had to quit because he could not sit in the same room with him, that's why Lewis refunded him. And then he likes to fuck with me. So that's just silly. Should I break this mod wall? I don't know what that means. All right. Poor Raj, yes. Grandma always told us kids, eat your fiber so you can make a ball. Ha ha ha. I like that. All right. Well, wait, you can replace the home button on an iPhone 7? According to the guy on eBay, we're getting ready to find out if that's true or not. All right. Jessa's ignoring chat anyways. No, I'm not. Do you have a new camera? Yes, I do. I have a camera and I charged it up and it works. Supplier sticker adhesive. Sticker fell off. Maybe. Is that what he did? He like made a sticker adhesive and then took the sticker off so I can't return it? That's a good idea for the 2971 thing. All right, let's see. All right. Resistors blow infinite. A cap can short to ground. There you go. All right. She is jokingly trying to. We'll see. I know about the Touch ID, but Apple made so if you put another home key, it will kill the device on the iPhone 7. I don't think so. I don't think it kills the device. All right. Raj has passion. Yes, he does. I join and hear Raj. Gonna be a good stream. I hope that he hears me, that I really admire him, as bad as he is and his many failures. I still really admire that he puts himself out there and he asks the questions, knowing that he's going to hear shit from the whole internet, but he still does it because that is more important to him than just saying, fuck these people, I'm not going to get made fun of again, I'll just try and see what I can do and rate boards. He doesn't do that, and that's really awesome. Just gonna throw this out there. You know there are dedicated streets in India for eliminating human waste. Well, he's not from India, and I don't think that sounds very nice. Sometimes perseverance is great, but sometimes if the fundamentals cannot be grasped, maybe a different sort of work is warranted. Yes. Misguided passion. Yes. Resistors either reduce or increase resistance or open. I've never seen one short to dead zero. Neither have I. And the follow-up question I asked him was, how would you use your multimeter to measure resistance? Which is what we cover at the course, and of course with Lewis, and just by trying to work on boards for a year, you would think you would learn that. He has no idea. So we tell him, set it in ohms mode, and you know, he's telling us he can't match the 20 ohms on the schematic, that it should read 20 ohms across it on there. Let's see. So many assholes on the net. Yes. There's no such thing as a stupid question, just stupid people for saying there are. So iPhones are encrypted, and by frying that specific CPU, you can never recover the data on the memory without that specific CPU. Yes, CPU is required for decryption of the data, and if you fry the CPU, then you're out of luck. All right, so this is just about to be done with restore. All right. Oh geez, I think I'm still pretty behind. Doesn't Raj make you awesome products? What? All right, scrolling. Pattern recognition is really important with technical systems. Yes, they work a certain way, and you should always look into something you've seen before. Yes. All right. Car talk over here. That is sad. Pattern recognition is used in many fields, yes. Someone who can do molecular genetics can learn computer systems. I don't know about that. Molecular genetics is I mean, it's honestly not a whole lot different. It's really not a lot different than board repair. A talks to B, talks to C, talks to D. And what happens when C is changed in this way? Then what happens to the whole system? It's very much the same. Michael Oberdick, we had a weird iPhone 7 home button one today. After screen repair, home button didn't work. Original screen worked. 6 or 7 other brand new screens, including original pulls, no dice. Still lost on that one. Interesting. This happened with me with CPR AED. Yes, well, why don't you tell that story? I had someone tell me outright to stop trying because I would kill someone. Yes, well, damn, you wrote a lot on YouTube. I don't mind taking someone's money if there's even a 3% chance that they'll be able to take what I give them and make money from it. But when that 3% is not there, you gotta go. And we've talked about this for years, you know, like the same thing. I believe part of the value of coming to the course, there is no learn, no fee. That's not how it works. The spot that you're taking, the time, that someone else could be in that same spot. I mean, we have a 4-month waiting list that you're taking someone else's spot. Someone else may have had to go to a different class or not come at all because they couldn't get into the course. You're taking that seat. And if the value for you is speeding up 2 years worth of, is it me? 2 years worth of buying boards and killing boards, 2 years worth of equipment upgrades because maybe it's the equipment and not you. All of that money is saved because you come here for 5 days, you look around and you go, fuck, it was me. That is value. And I don't think that has zero value. That's ridiculous. All right, let's see. What is the other? If someone is sitting there choking, gasping for air, and dying, I will not help them because I know that whatever CPR I do to them will probably kill them worse than the doll. I don't know. Sometimes a teacher's got to let someone know that they shouldn't be doing something. After a long time, I agree, you know, but that's tough. Not on day one. Hey, I'd like to ask about the course. I actually want to do the class, but I want a visa to the USA from Canada because I'm still a permanent resident. Is there any way? We have people from Canada at pretty much every single class. I'm not really sure about all of this visa nonsense, but visitor visa for 5 days to the United States is pretty straightforward. All right. Let's see. If that Red Cross instructor hadn't said that, I might be a pool lifeguard right now, making $12 an hour at the YMCA. And you might love it, you know. I don't know. All right, so we have restored the phone according to iTunes. Let's see. Update to the carrier settings. Would you like to download it now? Sure. I want to make sure I do all of my updates. Update was applied successfully. Let's look at iTunes. Congratulations, your phone has been unlocked. To set up and sync this phone, click continue. Okay. Let's set it up as a new phone. Continue. All right. Get started. Yay. All right. So let's try hitting the home button. Oh. What? Press home to open. Fuck you, fucker. Fucking eBay lied to me, you asshole. I can't believe it. This home button doesn't work. Aren't you shocked? Fuck. Doesn't work. Ding, ding, ding. Nothing. Now, by the way, this is the Michael Oberdick said it was a brick, but then he realized that it wasn't. Here's the funny thing here. Here, chat. I can't get back into this phone because it says press home button to open and it has no home button. Yikes! Is this phone a brick? What do I need to do? This was funny. Michael Oberdick did a whole stream where he called Apple authorized service providers and they failed to tell him this easy way to do it, which is turn it off. Let's see if this works. Slide. Okay. Let it go off. Have you tried turning it off and on? Let's see. Now let's turn it. Let's wake it back up. Wake up, mofo. I think he needs to think about being off for a while. All right, we're going to let it wake back up. We're going to just turn it off and on. Alrighty. No pulse, no fee. But if you remove the NAND, can't you still get the info off an eMMC? Well, an eMMC, yes, but the iPhone NAND, you can get info off, but it's all going to be encrypted, and no one in the world can decrypt it, so that's not really your data, so no. All right, so we're going to let this boot back up. Hi, Jessa. How are you today? Great. It's Mother's Day, and I planted my garden. Yay. Louis Rossman. Jessa is an amazing teacher. I would never suggest otherwise. That being said, even Jessa cannot put ridges in someone's smooth brain. All right. This is taking... See, it takes forever when it can't... See, here we go. Choose Wi-Fi. Next. Continue without Wi-Fi. Disable location services. Yes, I do want to disable that. Oh, Touch ID setup failed. I don't think there's any way for you guys to see that. Touch ID failed. Set up Touch ID later. Passcodes. Fuck this passcode. Continue to not have a passcode. Agree. Agree. Don't use Siri. Don't share with Apple. Get started. Oh wait, I don't want to choose my click. Oh, let's do this. Let's try to set up the home button. Okay, get started. Choose your click. Press the home button to try it. Come on, let me choose a click. How about one? Nope, it has no home button function. I'll customize later in settings. Choose a view. I'll choose that view. Welcome to your phone. Yay! So now I can set up in general settings, general, accessibility. I can do assistive touch. I can turn it on. And I can have assistive touch work for home button. All right, lesson here is that no, you can't spend $30 on this very specific listing. Let's look back to it. This is the home button. $30 fucking dollars. And it says that it can replace your broken or damaged home button with fingerprint touch ID sensor, home button connector, home button, brand new condition. What the fuck? Home button for 7 will not work if your phone has been updated to the latest software, which was available during April 2017. And the listing below has been updated by the seller. You can see the item you purchased, which I bought this like a couple days ago. Here's the one I purchased. Sale date, May 7th. That was a couple days ago. $30. Here's the one that I brought. Attention. Follow these steps to avoid getting error 53. Back up your phone. Before replacing the cable, go to settings, delete all of this. I did it. Now proceed. I did that. After that, connect, restore. Now restore from the backup to get your data, or set up as a brand new, which I did. And you can finally turn on passcode security and set up Touch ID again. Technically, it doesn't say that the home button will work. It just says Touch ID will work. But we will see. All right. So I think that's hilarious. I bought this on May 7th. And then it looks like on, when did they update this? Who is buying this? 91 people. Damn, that is a lot of $30. And now he has changed it to, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Nice. That is funny. We do refund and exchange only if we receive the item in the same condition as we ship with our unique stamp, which is not present on the device. That is hilarious. This is such a hoot. So there is no unique stamp. This thing came in a little baggie that my team put the seller in and what it was, and there is no unique stamp other than a piece of shit glue, which might have at one time held a sticker. Nice. The stamp isn't in UV ink. Well, I don't think so. Let's take this back off. Now let's see if I fucked up the screen again, which I did. I've been known to do. So let's see if we can put back on the original home button and have home button function to work. All right, so that was a giant fail. Fail. All right, so now we have to put back the put back the original and see if it works. All right. Quick, change the listing. What is eBay buyer protection? Oh, we'll find out. I'm going to guess that eBay buyer protection is going to be cool with, hey, look, on live stream we did this and it doesn't work. Especially if I didn't actually tear the flex on the screen, which I think is really easy to do because I tore one of these other iPhone 7 screens. But we'll see. All right. Can you flash the phone with an old OS? No, you can't, because the only iOS that will work is one that Apple is signing, and Apple is only signing the 10.3. So they were quick to stop signing the original. So let's look back at this again, just so that you guys can see. The only accept returns with our special custom label, which is a shit stain on the flex. All right. Yes, you cannot use the older IPSWs. The reviews must be bad. Now here's the thing with eBay reviews. I learned this back in eBay selling days, that whenever somebody's like that, you know, where they're selling something that is just ridiculously a rip and everybody knows it, they will go do this. They will buy socks. So you can go buy 100 pairs of $1 socks. And I only figured this out when I was selling something. I was selling like some kind of service that this was something that kind of went around for a while. People would sell, so here's the home button. Let's look at it again. People would sell services on eBay, and rather than sell like, you know, $50 iPad job, they would sell iPad job quote or evaluation 99 cents. And then we will bill you $50 after it gets here. And that was sort of a clever way of avoiding the eBay fees. All right. What a rip. Does that even have a tear in it? Oh my God, there's a total tear in the flex. What the fuck? I wonder if they do these tears intentionally. Like that looks like, I don't know, maybe that could, there's a fucking hole in the flex. What the hell? Look at that right there. That like this little doohickey goes on. I wonder if they like make little holes in there so that they can tell you, oh, you've got a hole in the flex when you claim that it doesn't work, so they can keep your $30. That is a fucking rip. Look at that fucking hole. Bullshit. All right. Rewa Technology as the iPhone 7 Touch ID home button hardware repair. Have you seen it? Yeah, that's not really all that is that would be like doing this. That would be like saying, hey, do you have a hole in your flex? Like that? Guess what? We can knit those traces back together. Fixed. Solved. 100%. That's working, bro. That's not really a fix. I mean, you can always take something that's broken and make it unbroken by knitting it back together. That's why it doesn't work. We'll see. Louis Rossman, that always sucks having no parts and no donor board around. Are you going to do a video of it? Video of what? What is he going to do a video of? Going right through a trace. Yep. Yeah, no, so here's the deal. So I was like, okay, let's give that a try. So I'm going to upgrade their little baggie so that they can get back in one piece. I was like, all right, iPad mini backlight job, 99 cents, Diagnosis or whatever. And then somebody bought one, and I never give a shit about feedback. I don't care about feedback. Don't ever leave me any feedback. I'll never leave you any feedback. We're done. Feedback is a chore and a pain in the ass, so fuck that. And so he was just hounding me, like, he was like, I don't really want to send, I don't have a device to send. I don't need a refund. You can keep the money, but can you please give me 5-star feedback? No. Please give me feedback. No. And then it became clear. I clicked on his username on eBay, and I see that he has bought my 99-cent thing and a bunch of other 99-cent things, like socks. And I'm like, okay, I get it. You have to bury some shitty review and keep your percentage up to 99 point whatever. So you're doing that by buying all of these, 99 cent or 2 cent or 5 cent eBay things just for the person on the other end of the transaction to give you 5 stars, to like get rid of the impact of your 1-star rating on the piece of shit thing that you sold. I think that was hilarious. So fuck that guy. I'll give you 1 star on you pay me 99 cents for my iPad mini backlight job that you didn't even send. Solder poke through. Yep. Sellers can be over in China and use drop shippers in the US. That is A-okay with eBay. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. BGA keychains. All right, I'm gonna put back the original one again and see if I don't know if it'll just automatically work after restore or not. So here's the original. Looks totally legit, bro, 100%. Looks good. Get on there, doggy. All right, that's on there. Okay. I can't believe that. I really wonder if he put that hole in there on purpose. I'll be interested to see if they mention, oh, sorry, it has a hole in it. Operator error. We'll see. All right, let's skip to the end. That is end user damage. Yes, it is. You know, it would be funny. It would be funny to say, I followed the instructions and it worked. And then it stopped working. Just to fuck with them. What? Yeah, I totally did it. I swapped out the home button. I was using it for a day, and then it just stopped working. I don't know. That would be hilarious. What's next on the experiment list for the 7? All right, next is going to be, I can't use this thing because it's got a hole in it. But what I wanted to do next was to just start measuring around on the lines, and then I wanted to see what happens if I transfer the turtle from the original to a new one. But I gotta get another new one, because that new one was some BS. So that kind of sucked. All right, let's see. All right, I'm gonna put this screen back on. Why don't they have Apple repair the iPhone 7? It's less than a year. Won't Apple Care cover that? Oh, it sure will. It sure will. The problem is that if you are running a shop in, Nebraska, and your closest Apple store is a couple hours away, that's a real hardship on the shop. Let's say the shop damages or tears or rips up a home button, or something happens. Or let's say that they come in and you can't even test the home button because the whole thing has no display because it's cracked the LCD. Then you don't really know whether or not the home button worked or not. So when you finish the repair, it would be nice to just grab a home button, even if it was $30, put it in the phone and have it work. But there's apparently, as far as we know right now, there's no way to do that. All right, so I'm gonna let this sucker start back up with a native home button and see what happens. iPad rehab, please visit the Apple Store. Take this iPhone 7 and claim one day the home button just stopped working out of the blue. Oh, they'll totally replace it. I mean, I didn't buy an iPhone 7 to do all this fuckery with, intending to just suck it up when I fuck it up. This is absolutely going to get swapped at Apple when I'm done with it. All right, so here we go. And the home button, the native home button works again. Wah, wah, wah. All right. I have another one here that seems a little bit odd. That home button is working on, but it's kind of got this kind of a weird boot loop issue. I'm gonna see if it will boot. It was odd. It was at times seemed to only be booting if your finger was on the home button, but that might be a little bit of a red herring. Not really sure. Suck it up when you fuck it up. Fuck that. No, I paid full price for this iPhone 7 with Apple Care Plus. So I am covered. I am covered for 2 accidental damage. Like if I were to accidentally tear a hole in the home button, or if I accidentally tore off a bunch of pads when I was transferring the turtle chip, any kind of accident, covered. Apple Care Plus. All right, let's see. Nope, this phone seems to boot up just fine. All right, is this the iPhone 7 Plus? No, it's iPhone 7. All right, that is, let's see, it's pretty late. Let me just read some chat and then we'll be done. I think, not when it comes to Apple. Apple is the asterisk for asterisk users in the pocketbook. Yeah, fuck that. Wait, it works? No, it doesn't work. No. What works is that Jessa has confirmed that Jessa didn't fuck the screen this time. So this is the native home button. So I swapped in the $30 eBay home button. Nothing, didn't work. Surprise, surprise, lo and behold, didn't work. And so I swapped back in the native home button. And the native home button does work. So that's what we did that. I accidentally the entire phone. Will they give you a new replacement or one of their refurbished, even when there's a chance of getting a unit with a dead pixel or two? Oh, they'll give you a refurbished one for sure, unless it's 14 days since you bought it. I accidentally fucked the entire iPhone board. Jessa using Apple Care loophole. I mean, honestly, when I go to the Apple store, which is 10 minutes away, I will walk in there with my iPad rehab shirt on and I will say, I was doing some experiments on the iPhone 7 home button and I was changing a couple of chips over and now it doesn't work, so I need a new one. And they'll say, okay, and they'll give me a new one, and that's what that's gonna be like. I'm reporting this video to the Apple authorities. Go right ahead, so will I, when I go down there and I tell them exactly what I did. And I'll even say you can watch on YouTube. All right. Let's see. Apple Care Plus. I think they charge you $70 to swap out the phone for another one. No, they don't. They charge me $29. $29. Let's see. Why do we care about the Apple Store? She's trying to find a solution for everyone. Yeah, I don't give a shit about the Apple Store. Here's when Apple lost my give a shit. The give a shit meter dropped to 0 when Apple picked up the phone and called here and said, "Hi, can we talk to Mark Schaefer because we want to steal him away from you and your business so that he can come work at Apple headquarters." Fuck you. That is not okay. You can't you go look. You can't figure out his phone number. I mean, I know he's not an Apple user. He can't stand your product, but you can figure out what his phone number is. Do you have any video for fixing iPhone 6s with no LCD screen image? Yes, I do. A whole lot of them. Go look them up. Lewis, they are trying to stop us from the repairs. The new iPhone 8 is going to be questionable if they have the home button embedded into the screen. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Do you have family in Nebraska? Yes, I do. I have my repair brother, Jeff Cowie, for example, and a bunch of one of my other repair uncles, Jason DeWater from iFix Omaha. A lot of repair brothers and sisters in Nebraska, all part of the repair family. $5 says that the hole is why the seller got his hands on them in the first place. Get defective home buttons out the back door of the factory. Sell on eBay. Could be. Could be. All right. What is all this Lewis stuff? Take it up with USPS. Which phone is this? iPhone 7. Sounds like a rigged eBay listing. I think it would be kind of funny. You can't even leave bad reviews for buyers anymore. What? All right. Rash of spudgers available. 48 for less than $5. Yes. Keeping up with chat is difficult. Yes, it is. All right, no Pepe on the screen. Yeah, Jessica can't keep up like Lewis. No, I don't, because it's too far from my old ass eyes to read way up there. All right, she skipped a few pages of chat. Well, I'm moving back down. Because you guys are talking about cars. Riwa's video is clickbait. Yeah, they are. Read the comments. What a rip. That's pretty funny. All right, pretty sure that I got back to this point. Let's see. eBay fees. I'm interested to know if they swap this phone or if they just put a new screen on it. What if you take the phone as is with an OEM home button and all sealed is from the factory to Apple Store and say one day home button didn't work? I think it'll be funnier to take it with a white home button and be like, I don't know, it just stopped working. That would be pretty funny. Seller waits until he's made a couple of grand and then puts in disclaimers to stop chargebacks. That's pretty funny. All right. Yay. Okay, I got back to the end of where I can scroll back to. All right, I think it's time to get out of here so that I can teach the course tomorrow. All right. Stockholm Syndrome. What? Now I missed some. Sunday already works here with me. What? I tried to steal Mark, but she keeps him chained to the fume extractor. No, I didn't. Look what I did, Lewis. Do you see Mark here? No, because guess what I did? I let him drive my truck again, and he drove home at 10:30 before I even started this stream. And he came in and did the Sunday night team meeting on Mother's Day, which was awesome. All right, let's see. And you tried to steal Sunday as well, but you have yet to try to steal Christy Might be able to do it. All right. She feeds him beer. He doesn't want to leave. Kind of. Stockholm Syndrome. What? I think you could find a solution. Jessa, do you plan to experiment? Yeah, sure. We sure do. We'll try to figure it out a little bit more. How old are you? About 28? Yep, I am 27 actually. Filters. Jeez. Is that right? With a new update, when you replace the LCD, you have to disable the Touch ID first? Apparently no, unless you don't have one with a hole in it. We will see. My great uncle works for Apple, and he said that the iPhone 8 screen has to be replaced by Apple because the Touch IC and processor will pair to the board. We'll see. All right. If you like iPad Rehab Stream, click Pepe to subscribe. Please don't put a Pepe on my fucking shit. Stockholm Syndrome. That's pretty funny. You're supposed to fire you-know-who. God. I went on a tour through upstate New York. Might have drove by the iPad Rehab place. I doubt it. I doubt it. Unless you went to Honey I Falls. Why not being official iPhone repair center? Because I want to actually fix phones. I have no interest in working at UPS or FedEx. They put a hole in it to make you buy another one. How long have you been doing iPhone board repair for? A couple of years. Awesome teacher. This woman knows her stuff. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for that. I've watched lots of videos of you guys. All right, I think I'm at the end. YouTube channel settings. Fantastic. Oh, that is awesome. Great. Can't wait to see a Pepe. You're never at the end. Yay, I'm at the end. Pretty much at the end. All right, that's good. I am at the end of chat, so I'm done. And just to recap for anybody skipping to the end for these long-ass boring streams, we bought a $30 home button from eBay that claimed in the listing when I bought it that it would work with Touch ID and home button function. It was brand new, 100% original with the fingerprint sensor, that all I needed to do was turn off the passcode and turn off the fingerprint sensor, restore the phone with the new home button, and that it would work and that I could actually use Touch ID. So we tried it. We did exactly that. We followed the instructions and it didn't work. On inspection, I found that what they sold me was a home button that has a tear in the flex if you look at it under the microscope. So fat chance of that ever working. And then what I did was put back the native home button to prove that it's not the screen or something about the device, that it is in fact the home button with a hole in it that they sold me for 30 bucks on eBay. So just to be clear, don't buy this particular listing. Do not waste money with, who the hell is this guy? JSL Parts. JSL Parts and his 99% positive feedback. I bet none of them, if any of them say iPhone 7 home button worked, then you know for sure that's a troll. Let's see. From buyer, perfect fit, work perfect, awesome, thank you, great item, excellent transit, A plus. Oh my God, he's A plus. Oh, here we go. Let's read one. Let's find one that actually says iPhone 7 home button, and see if anybody ever said, "Great, we love it." Show me one that says iPhone 7 home button, mofo. I want to see that. I want to see a single person say iPhone 7 home button is awesome and worked. I'm going to go with that's not happening. Tried contacting seller regarding defective item. Huh. Shirley lied about the listing. Sent me a refurbished screen. Well, I can't help you with that. Show me iPhone 7 home button. Come on. Here we go. Nice, easy transaction. Home button, iPhone 7 from FU. FU says it was great. Positive feedback. What? FU? 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 Fuck that. What? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Now I want to know if there really was a software change with 10.3 that turned him into a liar when before it was fine. All right. All right. Private to hide it. All right. Okay. iPhone home button works fantastically, paid reviewer. Yeah, exactly. Control F home button. I don't think it will control F on more than this page. I don't think it will let me. Can I see all more than like 30? I don't think so. See all seller feedback. All right. Control F home. Doesn't find that again. What? Seller feedback. Wait, feedback as a seller? All right. Control F, home. 1 of 1. He's only got his little 1 neutral. Try to buy another one. Fuck that. All right. This was supposed to be an easy breezy stream where iPhone 7 from the trusted eBay, 99% positive feedback, never gonna let you down, JS Cell Parts. JS Cell Parts was gonna solve all our problems. JS Cell Parts. But it turned out to be a fucking scam. And we are back to square one as usual with iPhone 7 home button. And it is time for bed.